Once upon a time, there was a haven where gods and goddesses lived in paradise. They would laze about on the clouds, eat and drink to their heart's content, and most of all, make sure that the humans worshipped them so that they would not disappear. All seemed to be going well, except for the god of death named Navoris. He lived separately from the other gods and goddesses, in a dark, gloomy cave, and did not care for humans as much as his fellow gods did. His job was simple: to reap the souls of the dead and bring them safely to the underworld, for them to live out their afterlife in peace and harmony. Navoris would never listen and would always just be abusive towards his subjects, regardless of their sins. He would also ignore humans on his list to reap and kill anyone who came across him. No judgment, no plea would sway him. One day, his sister, Aurora, Queen of the Gods, had enough of his lack of tolerance towards the humans. So she invited him up to her palace to come to a solution that would benefit him and the humans. Thank you for coming on such short notice, dear brother. It's great to see you out of the abyss. Navoris stood in front of her amongst several other gods and goddesses as well. Naomi, the goddess of water, Elios, the god of fire, Sonia, the goddess of love and art, and Raphael, the god of war.
Why have you summoned me, sister? I need to get back to my realm.
All in good time, dear brother. I have summoned you here because we fear that you are scaring our subjects away with your abuse of power, and it needs to stop. Navoris, angered by this, states his case before the gods.
What I do in my kingdom is my business. I despise humans, and they shouldn't be allowed in our nirvana. They pray to us for every little thing and give us nothing in return. They are cruel, selfish, and greedy vermin that need to be snuffed out. We need them to worship us, not the other way around. In my kingdom, all souls are punished, and like it or not, that's how I intend to keep it.
After hearing this, all the gods on the council stated their stories about how they help the humans and how it brings them joy.
But Navoris, the humans are not all that bad. They worship us, and they appreciate the things that we do for them. Just the other day, I made the tides not so rough and provided many fish for the harvest. Now they thank me every day.
Where would humans be without art and love? I inspire them to be great and to live out their dreams through love or entertainment.
I also help provide them with light and means of cooking. If it wasn't for me, they would starve or be cold at night.
True, humans cause wars, but I also help set boundaries, strategy, and peace once it's all over, and they thank me for it.
And I provide life and wisdom to the people and gods alike in this land. Brother, don't you see? Both parties need each other to survive. If we do not, we will all die out. I imagine the underworld is dark and gloomy, but if you learn to hear, see, and listen to them, they will appreciate you in turn.
As I have told you before, my dear sister, I despise them. I won't listen to them complain or plead with me to spare their lives and damnation. No one loves death, so why should I care about them? We don't need them to survive. We are gods. We can create our own universe minus them. You will never get me to change my tune when it comes to them, so just leave me be in my dark realm.
Navoris then walks towards the stairs to leave, but Aurora blocks his path.
Stand aside, sister. I wouldn't want to hurt the almighty queen of the gods.
I was afraid it would come to this, dear brother, but you leave us with no choice. Aurora then restrains her brother with the sun staff by surrounding him in a dome of light, and the other gods on the council come to her aid.
What are you doing? Release me at once!
Since you refuse to listen, we cannot let you return to the underworld in this state of being. So, my dear Navoris, I will make you mortal for 3 days. You will live amongst the humans, and then maybe you will change your ways. Farewell, Navoris.
You cannot do this! Release me from this prison!
Desperately, Navoris tries to get out of the orb of light, but then he somehow felt weaker, like all of his powers were being drained away from his being. Before he knew it, he was sent away from his sister's kingdom, and placed not too far from a small village. It was an isolated area, just below the mountains, where people lived happily and comfortably. Navoris was then released from the orb, and looked to find himself far away from his sister's kingdom.
I curse you, sister! Making me mortal won't change a thing! 3 days. Pathetic creatures aren't even worth one. I'll just hide out in a cave until then.